Well, good morning and welcome to the National Christian Homeschool Basketball Tournament. We are at day 2 here. Joshua Jenkins here with Paul Gilmore. We're at Ozark High School. We've got a matchup to start the morning off with Western Michigan. They're wearing the black uniforms and red trim, and you've got them facing the Louisville Saints in the white with the black trim. Paul, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. I'm excited about this matchup. Just for the viewers that are back home, we've got two teams that are in the 2 versus 3 seed. So they're not from the same pool. Yesterday they played pool games. Today we've got a 2 versus 3 seed play-in game, and the winner will play HEA Firebirds for a chance at the Sweet 16. Or sorry, these teams are playing each other for a chance at the Sweet 16, and the winner will play HEA Firebirds.
Well, it's Medina with the ball now. He was a big factor in the games yesterday on this Hornets squad. Oh, nice inside look to Demeester for 2. And that's how the scoring starts at 8 a.m.
Yeah, that's a strong move, a strong start to the game for Medina. Like you mentioned, 8 a.m. Typically, you don't see that kind of game as Omer hits the first shot for Louisville.
Oh, a deep 3 on the left side. That one's short. It'll go over the backboard and out of bounds.
Yeah, it's nice to be here at Ozark High School. Yesterday I spent the whole day over at Drury, and glad to come over here this morning. It's a beautiful gym, and a lot of the players, as I was walking in, they were walking in with me. They were like, wow, look at this.
Yes, it's a beautiful high school gym to play in. I've seen a few games here. It gets a great atmosphere when you get this place filled up. Drive inside the lane, dish and kick, left side 3. That one is rattle around and good. Drew Hartman, his first 3 of the game. Watch out for Drew Hartman. He can shoot the 3 ball.
And one of the things that's different about this year, I mean, you guys might have mentioned it yesterday, is typically on these tournaments, we don't have varsity boys playing at 8 a.m. But because of the way that we did the pool play, you know, you've got all of the, as Demeester puts in another for an and 1, you've got the pool play games. And so we did all of Monday is all varsity boys, both at Drury and Ozark, starting from 8 a.m. And the last game finished here last night at about 11:45 p.m. And then we come back 8 a.m. and start it again. But we are mixing in some varsity girls today as well. So you'll see some varsity girls here at Ozark and over at Drury.
Demeester knocks down the free throw. Saints push ahead quick. It's Bell Shreve there on the left side. Watch out for him. He's an All-American player, but playing on the hurt knee. This Hartman's 3, nothing but net. Beautiful stroke.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the LKY Saints. They were one of those teams that they weren't even sure if they were going to come to nationals because of injuries. They actually had reached out to Rob and said, hey, we're actually not going to be there because we've got a major injury. And then they were able to, wow, another and 1 for West Michigan as Medina puts it in. But they were able to understand that their guard wasn't going to be out for the season like they thought. They were going to get him back for nationals again, like you mentioned, a little hobbled, but they decided, you know what, we'll go ahead and come and we'll give it a shot.
Medina at the line. That first free throw, no good. Offensive rebound on the free throw. That's the big man Demeester down there with the putback.
Man, I got to tell you, that's impressive. He's got 7 early points to lead West Michigan.
Shreve's 3 on the left side. That one's good. His first 3 of the game.
Man, that's 3 threes for Louisville Saints.
Yeah, the scoring is open this morning, bright and early.
Yeah, typically you wouldn't expect this for an 8 a.m. game. We've got a quick 12-8 ball game in the first 2 minutes.
Demeester's pass too strong, looking on that interior passing. It was a good cut. A little too strong on the pass. Omer brings it up for the Saints. Drives with contact, puts it up, too strong.
Yeah, that was excellent defense from Malenik. Typically, it's really hard to guard a strong drive, and he did a great job of staying low and, you know, staying straight up. And that time, West Michigan wins the possession back.
Neal with it up top. He's looking to do something and drive. Finds the big man inside. Oh, beautiful move in the post. Demeester for 2.
Yeah, that is a mismatch problem. I mean, Louisville's done a great job from behind the perimeter, but Demeester is just killing it from inside.
Shreve's 3. That one's short. Go back the other way. You think that knee is affecting the jump shot? Potentially.
I would agree. I think, you know, a lot of times your shot capability comes from your knee.
Ooh, wow. From way downtown, that's Malenik.
Yeah, it's one of those things where your strength for your shot comes from your legs, and if that's hindered or hampered in any kind of way, it can definitely throw off your shot.
Quickly the other way now, coast to coast. That one no good. Offensive board, Medema. He works hard down there, and it's a foul. Medema is an energy player. That foul was on number 12, Josh Omer. Second one on him here in the first quarter.
Okay, I guess they gave it to him on the floor. I thought he was going to be shooting 2. I think West Michigan thinks the same thing. They thought they were shooting 2.
Instead, they'll take it underneath, up to the big man in the paint. He's surrounded. Tipped away. See if the Saints will run it. Nope. Shreve on the left wing, wide open for 3. That one's short. Malinik with the rebound, back the other way. Malinik looking for that shot, and he's surrounded. Medema's 3 wide open, too strong.
Take the ball.
That 3, nothing but nylon. Beautiful shot. Monty Edwards for 3.
You're kind of seeing 2 different styles of play. You could tell West Michigan likes to run their offense through Demeester. They want to get the ball down into him. Meanwhile, LKY are content to just bomb it from outside. They've got 4 threes early on.
It's a 14-13 game. Both strategies have been working thus far to put points on the board.
I was looking for Demeester, but
Shreve just reaches up and snatches it out of the air. He's still finding ways to be effective as that deep 3 is too strong. Neal pushes ahead, back to Demeester, left side, step back 3, that one is just too short. That one just falls out of bounds there. It'll stay on this side, Hornet ball.
So we mentioned it from yesterday's play. The reason these 2 teams are matching up is they're from different pools, and we wanted to have the way the pools broke out is whether you finished first, second, or third. You didn't want to play the same teams from your pool on day 2. So yesterday, LKY, as they get the rebound, they went 1-1 in their pool, and so they're the 2 seed from their pool. That's why they're playing West Michigan as the 3 seed. West Michigan went 0-2 yesterday.
Hartman, a deep 3 on the right side. Nothing but net. Wow. That's his 3rd 3 the first quarter.
So he's got 9, and Demeester's got 9. So strong offensive output from players on both teams so far.
Been let down low. He's smothered. The ball's taken away by Shreve. He'll set things up as Medema applies the pressure. Shreve tripped up on the play here. It's going to be a foul.
Zeke, help him not do too much. You take it.
I didn't quite see who the foul was on, but I can tell you what, Medema has been playing some strong, tough physical defense on Shreves.
Stay on the ball, Zeke.
Paul Johnson checking in for the Saints on that dead ball, number 22. He's got it on the right side.
Don't get stagnant.
Shreve working down low, back out. Shreve 3 on the left wing, that one too strong. We'll go the other way. Neal pushes ahead. Dishes to Vinlette, steps back, too strong. And there's Shreve. He is always in the action as a foul is called here.
Yeah, I believe they called that on Josh Malinik. But I got to tell you, I like Shreve's game a lot. They had him posting up down on that last possession. He's been kind of working the offense. Obviously, we mentioned the injury, and you hate to see that. You'd be interested to see what he's like at 100%.
Shreve drives, kicks.
Good defense.
I thought about the step back 3. Got a foul called here.
I think it was Vinlette. And that's one thing that LKY is doing really well, is because they've been hitting those outside shots at such a prolific rate, now when they're getting the space to be able to drive, and it's causing West Michigan some problems because they're thinking they're just going to keep bombing it, and now they're starting to drive into the paint.
Turnover on the inbound play. Hornets running, and they'll kick back out to Neal for 3. That one is short. Medema comes up with the board and a foul. Stay here on this side.
So they called a foul on Shreve, and he's going to take a seat. As checking in for LKY is Eli Hartledge.
17-13, under 2 minutes in the first quarter. Neal will set things up, a little wide spread here. Demeester looking to work in the paint. Spin move, blocked, turned back. The Saints will push ahead. Edwards in the paint, looking, throws up a shot, no good. Johnson in the corner, that 3 is going to be short.
Great box outs from West Michigan. That ball hit the floor before anybody could grab it.
Medema working hard in the paint, puts up the floater, offensive board, and he's fouled on the second attempt.
Yeah, that's great work from Medema.
Foul on Xavier Payne.
Neither team is just giving up easy drives or any easy points. We've seen it's been a pretty physical game so far, and that time Medema was able to corral his own rebound, and he's going to get a chance for some free throws.
First one good. Been a physical game and a clean type of physical.
Right.
Lots of hard work as a couple players check in. Marshall McCartney for the Saints, number 25. Second free throw, no good. Number 44, Eli Hartledge in the game. You mentioned him a moment ago. Johnson with it at top. Johnson drives, left side, puts up a scoop shot, no good. Quickly, the Hornets go the other way. Right side 3, that one no good. Demeester comes up with it, the big man. Even though he didn't have the position there, he was able to get the rebound. That size is something to be reckoned with. Medema drives, tries to get it to Demeester there, and it's lost away in the traffic. Looks like a foul here.
Yeah, I think they gave that one to Johnson. You mentioned it earlier, though. The way these teams are playing, they're getting really good shots, and it's just really solid defense. These are the kind of games that you love to watch because both teams playing hard, playing well, executing their offense, still playing high-level defense. So it's been a great matchup thus far.
Not a lot of easy shots. There's been good scoring, but they've all been earned baskets, which is good basketball you want to see.
Medema hits both. I'm sure you guys mentioned this yesterday on the broadcast, but a little bit of different change in the rules and the way free throws are done this year. So last year, if you're at nationals, you got to a 1/2. If your team fouls got to 7, you were in the bonus. This year, it's 5 1/4, and it's no longer 1-1. It's 2 free throws every time.
Johnson's drive loses control. We'll go back the other way. And time here. Yeah, the clock was running. Ran off probably 3 seconds there.
Yeah, that ref's saying 5 seconds back on the clock. So they'll reset to 5, and West Michigan will have a chance to take the lead with the final shot of the quarter.
Xavier Payne checks in for this last possession on the Saints. Put some size in for defense.
So
now it's down to 0.5.
Well, I will say that all week long, it's parents that are volunteering at the clock and at the official book. So we definitely give them a lot of credit for all the work they've been putting in at all the gyms across Springfield.
Complete silence as we wait.
There we go.
5 seconds for the final possession here in the first quarter.
All right, we'll see what kind of shot West Michigan can get.
Neal with it, trying to get past the court. He does.
Good defense.
And time runs out there as the first quarter comes to a close at 17-16. Pretty nice even matchup here with different styles of play in the first quarter of the game.
Yeah, I would agree. Again, we talked about the different styles of play, right? You look at the scorebook in Louisville, they've got 5 3-pointers, so 15 of their 17 points has come from outside of the arc, and that's been effective for them, right? They've got the lead. Meanwhile, you look at West Michigan, and early on it was all Demeester. He's got 9, but didn't quite have as much of effect in the second half of that first quarter. It looked like LKY made some adjustments to try to double him and front him down in the post, but then Medema was able to drive, get some free throws. So it's been a well-balanced game, and I'll be interested to see, again, we talk about adjustments, what both teams choose to do. Some of those LKY three-pointers, they weren't just wide open. Some of them were contested, and they just knocked them down, and sometimes you just give credit to the offensive player when they do that. However, I want to see if that's sustainable versus what West Michigan's trying to do, which is work it inside, drive, get it to Demeester down low. Typically within basketball, that's your more consistent type of scoring. The shooting can come and go. So I'm interested to see in the second quarter how both teams choose to approach their offense.
Yeah, Drew Hartman there with 3 threes in the first quarter for the Saints. You mentioned Demeester was the focus at the start of the quarter. I saw that in his first game yesterday. A heavy presence early on as a foul is called here. And then the team they were playing at that point yesterday was able to adjust and kind of take him out of the game, offensively at least. So we'll see if Michigan can counter-adjust and keep Demeester a offensive focus.
That's another thing I love about Nationals as well. Again, these teams are from different...
Hartman, another 3 at the opening of the second quarter.
That's another thing I love about Nationals is these teams are from different regions, right? Louisville is from the Southeast region, West Michigan from the Midwest, and Johnson got a little bit too aggressive. But Louisville still loving that hard-nosed defense. But, these teams have likely not matched up this year at all. And so they come to Nationals, and you kind of don't know what to expect. Then in-game, you have to make adjustments based on what you're seeing.
Good test for the coaches, too, in a situation like that. Test your coaching abilities to adjust on the fly. As Biker takes it down low, spin move, that shot finds its way in, his first bucket of the game.
Wow, that's an impressive drive. Again, kind of that same philosophy. Hartman comes down, hits a 3. West Michigan drives it in for a lay-in.
Lots of pressure here, trying to work it inside.
Nice job. Shoot that shot.
Turnover here. And Johnson trying to take it right back. He does.
Time out.
As a timeout is called here by Coach Collins, seeing his player in distress.
Yeah, I really like the way that Johnson's playing. Right, he's a hard-nosed guard, and he's got a really low center of gravity. So on that last play, he was able to really just get down low and get that ball back into possession. Sometimes you see those taller guards, it's a little bit harder to get down low, but Johnson's got that really low center of gravity to be able to get that ball and, had the handle. It looked like they potentially had an opportunity, but I agree with you. Coach Collins said, you know what, let's talk about this, make sure we get a good shot because things are a little bit hectic right now.
So Grayson Medina on Western Michigan, he's one of the offensive focal points for the Hornets. He had 5 in the first quarter, 3 of those off free throws. See how they maybe try and adjust to get him some more easy baskets. Payne down low, baseline, puts up the shot that finds its way in for 2.
Yeah, and I like that a lot from Ezekiel Taylor because, again, eventually you're going to have to find some balance in your offense. You're going to have to find some points close to the basket. You can't just all be Hartman bombing 3s. I mean, so far it can be, but eventually it can't be.
Drive and kick. That 3 from the corner too strong. Right back to Riker there. Or Biker, excuse me. That one's going to stay on this side, Hornet ball.
What's interesting about that last possession is even though they didn't score, I actually love what Malinik was doing on that particular possession, right? He was working inside, tipping the ball out, getting some good looks for his teammates, and then finally got a good look himself. So even though they didn't score, you have to love the process.
Monty Edwards checks in for the Saints, wearing number 3. As Neal works it around to Biker. Oh, stuttered the feet there for a travel call.
We saw that a lot yesterday at Drury. There's a couple of teams that were kind of surprised by some of the traveling calls, but I thought the refs did an excellent job. And I'm not saying that just because I'm on the broadcast, but as a former coach, as a former player, I thought that it was fair.
Xavier's shot too strong off the backboard. The refs, they've done a great job so far, really, in handling the calls and handling coaches and players. You love to see that, where the refs are just very, very in control of the situation.
And I've done enough of these tournaments now where you get a lot of feedback from parents. Ooh, that's a deep
three. Wow.
Wow, Josh Malenik
with
said,
confidence.
Hartman, I see your threes and I'll raise you even further.
Taylor on the drive, dishes out to Hartman. He'll take the corner 3. No good on that one.
That would have been a big answer.
I think that might have been his first missed 3 of the game. Malenik thought about it. To the other Malenik. Neal resets things at the top.
Yep, just took off with that foot right as he was starting to drive.
Abel Shreve back in the game for the Saints, as well as John Omer, the point guard. 22-21, still neck and neck in the second period. Omer off the screen, loses the ball. Hornets the other way.
Yeah, this has been such a clean game. We're about halfway through the second quarter, and I feel like we're just getting started. Good flow to the game.
Inside to Neal, good give and go there for 2. Neal's first bucket of the game.
Drop down, John.
LKY is going to have to make some adjustments here. They've been focusing a lot more on getting it down low. So the offense can't entirely be Hartman threes. And they're struggling a little bit now to figure out how to score outside of Hartman hitting from beyond the arc.
Corner 3, that one's going to be short. It's Will DeYoung's shot.
Typically, when you first get the ball and you're thinking about shooting, that's always going to be the best. When you hesitate, when you reset, I feel like sometimes your percentage drops pretty significantly. You hesitate, second guess, and you're like, well, I guess I should probably shoot it. Just take that first shot. If it's a good shot, you live with it.
Hold your spots.
Are you saying he who hesitates is lost?
I feel like that's a fair reference here. Whoa, nice
Back
pass.
out to Shreve somehow. His 3 too strong.
Nice save. Good effort. Or
20.
Another reference for you. Let your yeses be yes and your no's be no's, right?
Even better.
I don't know if biblically that works as far as a shot quality reference, but, you know.
That foul on number 12, John Omer. Real life application.
Yeah, it looks like Marshall McCartney checked in for LKY.
Neal sets up the offense here for Western Michigan.
We talked about the offensive flurry we had in that first quarter. Things have kind of slowed down in this one. We talked about those teams making adjustments, and now it's almost, moves and counter moves. We're going to have to figure out how these teams are going to get something going, as it's been a very low-scoring quarter so far. Just 7 points for West Michigan and just 5 points for Louisville.
Yeah, it looks like both teams have kind of switched defensive philosophies, sort of playing more back, not as much guard ball pressure up the court.
Nice take.
Marshall is fouled on that drive.
Yeah, I believe they called that one on Biker. Just a little bit out of position. Great take.
So Marshall McCartney looking for his first points of the game at the free throw stripe. First one good. Demeester back in the game, Medema back in the game, and Wabenga in the game, all for Western Michigan. And he gets both free throws. So 24-23 now. Medema looking to get something involved here, get something started.
Too quiet.
Back into Demeester. He's surrounded immediately. That shot deflected away. Saints come up with it. Edwards a step back three. That one no good. Great effort on the offensive boards.
Gets the movement.
Coach Collins wants some ball movement here as Shreve takes it all the way to the rack, but no good.
West Michigan's got some numbers.
Oh, another deep three from Malinik.
Wow.
Nothing but net. Josh Malinik, third three of the game.
You know, I was going to make a reference to how far he shot that from, but since we're already kind of out here in a rural area outside of Springfield, beautiful Ozark High School, but, you know, I drove through a lot of farmland getting here. I was trying to think, you know, maybe I'll just have to say he shot that from Springfield.
Woo! Monty Edwards, he says, let me shoot one from Springfield.
Yeah, that's the kind of answers that these teams have had for each other. It seems like every time one team comes down and looks for a little bit of separation, the other one comes down and answers.
Malinik works it inside, back out. That three no good.
They have a man down. They don't see him. Oh, now they do. Great defense. Excellent defense from Wabenga as he just couldn't see the ball but got in the path of the pass.
Malinik thought about that deep one. Instead, he'll drive, puts up the shot, no good. That one tipped out of bounds by a Saint player on the baseline, so Hornets inbound play under the basket.
It's the benefit of having a player like Demeester. You can just throw it up high and he'll go up and get it.
Mid-range jumper, that one off the back of the iron. Shreve with the rebound. 35 seconds in the quarter, in the half.
It's an excellent box out from Ezekiel Taylor, not allowing Demeester to get in there and use his size to get an offensive rebound.
Take your time.
Textbook box out.
Looks like the Saints will hold for the shot they want here, use up some of the precious time.
Yeah, great job from Shreve to look over and see the ref was accounting for that 5-second call. So got the ball moving, avoiding that problem.
Oh, and they lose the ball there with 5 seconds.
So just like the end of the
Great
first quarter,
defense.
the Hornets have the exact same scenario, just about 5 seconds to see what kind of shot they can get.
Paul Johnson in the game for the Saints.
So they get a redo from the first quarter. This time it's going to be Medema that picks the ball up in the corner.
Kicks out to Malinik. That three off the backboard, no good. Offensive rebound, can't get the putback. Well, at halftime, it's 27-26. Great competition, great evenly matched teams here. Looking forward to the second half in a few minutes. Welcome back here. We're at Ozark High School gym getting ready for the second half. Louisville Saints playing Western Michigan Hornets. Play-in game, as we mentioned in the first half.
I think they called a moving screen on Demeester.
Yeah, moving screen. And so the Saints will effectively have the first possession of the half here.
This is a play-in game, so the winner of this game officially clinches their spot in the Sweet 16, and they will play the HEA Firebirds later this afternoon.
Medema nearly takes that one away, but Johnson able to recover. Taylor driving, puts up the shot off the glass, too strong. Medema with it. See if he can get more effective offensively in the second half as he starts off on the right foot there.
Man, it's such a strong move. You can tell the athleticism as he double clutched that lay-in through the defense.
Taylor's mid-range jumper short. Paul Johnson in the right place at the right time for the offensive board.
That's one of the only, I would say, ill-advised shots that I've seen in this game so far. Both teams have been very disciplined on offense. They've done a great job of coming down and creating good looks for their teammates. And one thing I would say for West Michigan and LKY is I've noticed that the quality of screens, I think that could be improved. As the screener, you want to make sure that you're setting a screen for an actual defender, not just open air.
Little step back mid-range jumper, beautiful shot, Monty Edwards for two. That was silky smooth.
It was, and that's the kind of offense they're going to need, as in the first half, Hartman had 12 for LKY. Meanwhile, for West Michigan, both Demeester and Josh Malinik had 9.
Vinlett turns the ball over there. Taylor to Shreve. He takes the top of the key three. Nothing but net.
Yeah, you can tell that's a shot he's quite familiar with. He looked very confident and comfortable as he knocked that down.
Medema driving in the lane. Lots of white jerseys there, and they take it away. Johnson thought about that three, but on the hesitation, then drive, he shuffled the feet. Hornet ball.
And you could see the way that the defense reacted to what Shreve just did. On that time he pulled up for and pump faked it, and the defense went flying by. They're expecting him to shoot that.
Malinik, he picks up right where he leaves off, but misses that three. He was on fire from behind the arc in the first half.
It was a good job by Vinlett to fight for that rebound. He forced LKY to make a play on it, and so the ball stays with West Michigan.
Good look inside to Medema, and he is fouled. Or is it a jump ball? No, it's foul on Paul Johnson.
Yeah, the tricky part about that is that's Johnson's third. Again, we're in the third quarter, so he may not necessarily come out yet in foul trouble, but that crafty guard, definitely you want him on the floor.
Medema hits the first. Medema is very strong and controlled when going to the basket as he knocks down both free throws.
Yeah, you can tell they're making a concerted effort to get him down low, potentially noticing some mismatch opportunities against the LKY Saints guards.
Shreve drives right side and foul called on the floor. That one's on Vinlett. Shreve with it, drives baseline, puts up the floater, no good.
If that's on Johnson, that's not a great foul, about 90 feet from the basket. And he's gonna have to take a seat.
Yeah, that's 4 on Johnson now. We're just in the opening minutes of the third period. So Neal sets it up here for Western Michigan. Malinik, wide open three, top of the key. That one's short. And Shreve is fouled. I don't see he was looking to score on that fast break.
Not the worst foul. Medema stops a fast break opportunity for LKY, and that's only his first foul. So you'll kind of live with that take.
Hey, can you hold the balls down there? Let's go.
Shreve off the screen, back out to Hartman. His three, that one, ooh, just out. In and out. Offensive board put back though, beautiful move. Ezekiel Taylor.
You wouldn't notice by the stat sheet, but I am incredibly impressed with this young man, Ezekiel Taylor. He does all the little things, hustles, boxes out, gets offensive rebounds, sets up his teammate. He's a real player.
Malinik's floater, no good. Hartman there with the board. Shreve takes it up left side. Thought about it. Wide open three for Edwards there. Beautiful shot.
Anytime you get a chance to step into those three-pointers, it's a great feeling. That's the third one of the game for Edwards. And now LKY's opened up a 7-point advantage. This game's been 1 or 2 points for most of the whole contest. Now LKY's got some energy as well.
Shreve deflects that pass out of bounds. This is the, as you mentioned, largest lead here of the game so far. See what that can do for momentum as Omer checks in for the Saints. Working it inside to Demeester.
Good job, see? That's smart. Talk.
Malinik, mid-range jumper, that's good.
Yeah, he turned around and realized, okay, well, I got all the time in the world. I think he was even surprised that there was not a defender right in front of him.
Saints swinging around the perimeter. Shreve thought about it. Taylor kicks it back out, swing it back around. Mid-range floater, no good. Medema, coast to coast. There's that control and strength. As Medema gets it for another two.
Man, it seemed like he was levitating on that layup.
Oh, a deep one from Shreve. Oh my. Absolute confidence.
Wow.
40-34. Medema with it. He drives middle.
Yeah, Medema's looking for it now. He's been great in this game and on these drives. And I love the confidence in which he's attacking the basket.
Oh, a deep three. That one no good.
Yeah, it seemed like every three-pointer, LKY is just stepping back a little bit more, almost like it's a game of horse.
That foul on John Omer. His fourth of the game. So he's in a little bit of a foul situation as Xavier Payne checks in for Omer. Neal sets it up for the Hornets. Medema in that right corner, swings it cross-court pass. Malinik, his three, left wing, no good. Shreve with the board, brings it up. Oh, his pass stolen away by Medema. It's now Malinik on the break. He's fouled on the floor before the shot.
Again, not a bad foul, right? You've got an offensive player one-on-one. Didn't give up any free throws or layup, so you'll live with that.
Inside to Demeester, and immediately a foul called. That one on Xavier Payne.
Get in front of it, Xavier. Get in front of it.
Yeah, that time Payne just allowed Demeester to get exactly to the spot he wanted to, and a lot of times when that big man gets to that spot, it is really tough to push him out. So you have to either front him or not allow him to cut through the paint like that. You can't, fully impede his progress, but there's some things you can do to prevent him from getting to where he needs to be.
Demeester's first free throw good. Gets them both.
And believe it or not, I believe that's Demeester's first points since about halfway through the first quarter, maybe three quarters through the first quarter.
Monty Edwards takes the deep three. That one's a beautiful shot. They're going to call that a two, deep 2, foot on the line.
24, now, 24, hurry.
Working it inside. Vlad, good move for 2.
West Michigan hanging around, looking to fight back in it. They've had a couple of good possessions on offense the last couple sets.
Shreve's mid-range jumper, good shot. He's starting to heat up here in this third quarter.
Saints, keep talking on defense. Let's go.
43-37. Minute 45 in the third quarter.
Is the score right?
No, Dad, 44.
Medema, wide open 3. Oh, but he's blocked by Hartman, who just got there in no time. But Medema recovers, can't get it to go. Demeester's there, fouled, and 1.
So not exactly the shot they thought they were going to get, but you live with the results of Demeester getting an and 1.
You mean that's not how they drew it up?
Could be. And now they're looking at the score.
They're going to fix it. We got it. We got that. We're going to play.
So I think there was a question of whether or not LKY had 43 or 44. The official book has 44, so that's what they give them.
Shreve drives, surrounded by Hornets. Can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound. Hornets will take it.
Man, you got to love Shreve, even though he's hobbled, still getting down there on the floor. And now they're working it back to Demeester.
23 can't keep jumping over.
Medema ends up with it, and he gets nearly to the rim. Beautiful finger roll for 2.
Medema's jumping up on these layups like he should have been in the dunk contest on Sunday.
He's got some bounce in those shoes. Edwards with it up top, looking to drive. Mid-range jumper, up and in.
Yeah, LKY's gotten really good guard play and quality shots, even though they've been tough shots for some of them, between Shreve and Edwards and Hartman.
Medema drives baseline, beautiful control with the lay-in.
He has taken over for West Michigan in this third quarter. He's got 10 points in the quarter.
25 seconds in the quarter, 4-point game.
No rush, not yet.
Shreve nearly falls down, keeps his footing though. 10 seconds to go. Off the screen from Taylor, back out. Finds his way up towards the rim, puts it in, and he's fouled. Shreve was determined he was going to be the one to finish out this quarter.
Yeah, excellent defense, but better offense, and sometimes that's just the nature of it. You have a player as crafty as Shreve. He is looking to find his spot, just uses his body to get to the spot and completes the and 1, and then an offensive rebound, but you're not going to be able to get a shot off in time.
Well, it's 48-42 at the end of the third quarter. In a game that's been really close, that feels like a pretty decent-sized lead. Louisville on top. They kind of made some slight separation. What are you saying right now if you are in the Michigan huddle? You worried, you're panicked? What are you telling your guys?
No, I definitely don't think you're worried or panicked. The game is certainly not out of reach. You're just a couple of possessions away from having a lead. And I think the way that Medema's playing, the way that Demeester's playing, I think you certainly have that confidence to know that you get right back in it. Where you've got to focus in on is on the defense. Shreve and Edwards and Hartman, they've been able to get to the spots that they're wanting to get some open looks. I think if you're able to communicate and talk on defense, whether that's switching or playing them straight up, you maybe even consider moving to a zone to try to stop some of that inside penetration. I think there's plenty of things that West Michigan can do to get themselves right back in this game.
Yeah, Grayson Medema has really picked up the scoring there in that third quarter. You also had Drew Hartman on the Saints. He had 4 threes in the first half, but silent in the third quarter there. See if they get him going in the fourth.
And I think the way that LKY has been looking to attack is those guards have been looking for that inside penetration or to shoot the 3. I don't know if it's something that West Michigan likes to run a lot, but I would consider a 3-2 zone. So you stop some of that outside shooting, but you also compact the paint as needed. I'd be interested to see how that could work, because a lot of the man defense, LKY has been able to either do some pick and roll, dribble handoff, or just beat their man one-on-one.
Well, the fourth quarter is underway here. Edwards, he'll take the first 3 of the quarter. That one no good.
It's a rare misfire from Edwards. He was great in the third quarter as well.
Neal sets it up for the Hornets. Left side inside to DeMeester. Gets it to go.
And we talked about what West Michigan's looking to do. That's a great way to start the quarter. You get a defensive stop and right away get DeMeester involved. You look up, it's just a 4-point game.
Bell Shreve looking to get things set up for the Saints. And he is fouled. That one's on Mark Malinik.
And so if West Michigan is dead set on playing man, you've got to be able to communicate on these picks and on these drives. Are you switching? Are you fighting through? Because you see someone like Shreve, he can get to his spot, get where he wants to be, and you've got to communicate on that man defense.
Working inside to DeMeester, surrounded by 3 Saint jerseys. Shreve comes up with the turnover, takes it all the way, and he's met by Medema. Blocked the shot and out of bounds.
A little competitive chatter between Medema and Shreve.
Those two were really the story of the third quarter, picking up the offense for their respective teams. Kind of those two guards going at it.
And you got to love that competitive energy, too.
Oh, my.
Just got blocked, and then he answers right back.
He said, I'd rather have 3 than 2 anyway.
And you know already Medema is going to be looking to be involved here in the fourth quarter.
Inside.
Nice feed from DeMeester.
Neal, the corner 3. Nice shot from Neal. Enoch Neal.
No look pass from the big man into the corner. Every time it looks like LKY is pulling away, West Michigan has an answer.
Oh, they left him open. Just too strong in that shot.
Yeah, he wanted that one. Wise timeout from Coach Collins as his guys were in a tough position.
53-47. This has been a very competitive game. DeMeester involved there in the start of the fourth quarter. He's probably an important player to get involved in order to help Western Michigan control the game, the pace of the game, the way they want it, instead of maybe running as much as the Saints might want them to.
And you look at the way that Shreve has played in the second half. He's got 15 second-half points so far. So if you're West Michigan, you obviously understand that he's going to be looking to create a shot. He's looking to get involved. But you also have to be careful because you look at someone like Drew Hartman. He had 4 threes in the first half. You know, he's got 13 points. Edwards has knocked down threes. They've got some good three-point shooters. So even if you key in on Shreve, he's done a great job of finding the open man, finding the open guy. However, because of the second half that Shreve has have, I certainly would put more emphasis on him when he's got the ball. I don't know if that means bringing a second defender. I don't know if that means trying to play, prevent and deny from him getting the ball. But I certainly wouldn't allow him to keep doing what he's doing.
Edwards with it up top. Now Shreve sets it up. Saints taking their time, working their offense to get the shot they want. Taylor in the paint, puts up the hook, no good. Neal's 3 on the right wing. That one's good. His second 3 of the quarter.
Yeah, he's got 2 in this quarter, and those are his 2 for the game. But he's got big shots back to back. 1 possession game.
Lots of pressure there on Shreve. Working it inside are the Saints. On DeMeester, a foul called on the floor. That one on DeMeester, of course. Josh Malinik back in the game for Western Michigan. Neal will take a breather.
And it looks like Mark Malinik is playing on Shreve be interested to see how that matchup goes because Shreve is obviously quick, shifty, and I believe they're going to call the foul on Malinik. But you're also looking at potentially, you know, if I'm West Michigan's coach, I'm looking at even potentially interchanging players for energy reasons and just playing full deny.
Oh, Medema just takes it away. Nearly just out of his hands off that inbound pass. He was all over it. He's going to be fouled in the paint here. That one's on Drew Hartman. Hornet ball under the basket. DeMeester inside, cuts through Taylor and gets the easy 2.
His defender got caught asleep. He was expecting DeMeester to kick it back out for the inbounder, and DeMeester just took it and ran with it.
Back to a 1-point game here. 4:45 to go.
Shreve is trying to clear out. Work against Malinik one-on-one.
Hartman's pass tipped out of bounds by Medema. Some good guard pressure here on the defensive side for Michigan.
I know they're matching up for size reasons, but I almost wonder if you wouldn't put Medema on Shreve. Just the active hands, the energy, the way he's guarding Hartman right now. I might consider switching him over, but again, great tactics from both these coaches, and that time Medema does bump Shreve on the shot.
Yeah, Shreve got him up in the air. I think we'd all love to see that matchup, just the one-on-one matchup, Medema and Shreve. Be a fun way to close out this game.
You know, it's one thing for me to sit back here and suggest those changes, but when you're the actual coach that's been playing with these kids all year long, and then I think you have a good idea of what is best for your team. You never want to be that broadcaster that's questioning any coaching decisions.
I think they should listen to you. Hits the second free throw. 6 points in the quarter for Shreve.
Don't switch, see? Don't switch.
Malinik takes the deep 3. That one no good.
Push it. Look up.
Omer the other way. Lots of pressure here in the full length of the court. Wide open the corner is Hartman. Can't get it to go.
Yeah, that would have been a back-breaking kind of 3. West Michigan's got to take advantage of this.
Get in front of it.
Oh, good find from Medema, but DeMeester can't get it to go, but he keeps getting the offensive board and gets the third one. Third time's a charm.
Tie ball game.
Taylor's 3 from the corner, short. All the way across the court, nearly gets the offensive rebound. Good effort, but it'll be Hornet ball out of bounds.
Yeah, you've got to be able to secure that rebound if you're West Michigan. You cannot chance it at this point to give Saints extra possessions, extra, looks at the basket. Looks like that was going to be an easy rebound. And Taylor almost came up with it.
Medema with it, working inside, and loses it out of bounds. So turnover there.
Yeah, rare misfire from Medema. We've got a player tying his shoes.
Tie ball game with 3 minutes to play. This is the play-in game here after yesterday's pool play.
Yeah, still a lot at stake. The winner of this game gets to continue their journey for the Undisputed National Championship. Both teams will continue to play all the way through Friday, but only the winner of this game gets to continue in the top division.
Omer on the drive, puts it up left hand, good, beautiful move.
Yeah, John Omer, that's the first we've heard of him since the first quarter, and very timely bucket there.
Omer's had some foul trouble, which kind of took him out of the equation. It's Malinik, nice baseline drive for the lay-in.
Yeah, he's been a big threat from the outside. That time took it and answered right back. These teams have come to play answer for answer. We'll see who has the final one.
Good job, Mark. Let's go, Mark.
Oh, good pressure there from Malinik on Shreve.
Get up, get up.
Omer up top. Oh, deep three from Edwards. That one is nothing but net.
Looked like for a second he lost possession, and then he looked up and just fired it up. And if you're West Michigan, you do not have to answer that three with another three. I know you want to, but I think that's a wise timeout from West Michigan, because you get to that point where you're about a minute and a half left in the game and your nerves start coming in, start tensing up a little bit. This is an opportunity for him to have him have a seat, take a sit down, catch your breath. Let's talk about, okay, what's going to be the best shot? What's a wise shot for our team versus, we're going to fire up a three just because we want to try to tie it up.
This one's been a neck-and-neck game. 1-point game, back and forth, switching the lead, tying it up. Third quarter, you had Louisville take a little bit of a lead, which for this game, an 8-point, 6-point lead seemed like a lot. And then immediately here in the fourth quarter, we're back to back and forth.
Yeah, it's been a lot more of the same from the beginning, right? LKY is still most comfortable in their offense when they're able to get some looks at three, and they've been able to knock them down this game. That's why they've got a 3-point lead. Meanwhile, West Michigan's been working the ball inside. They've, knocked down a couple threes. Enoch Neal has got a couple that got them back in the game. But for the most part, we're looking at Medema wants to drive. They want to get it inside to Demeester. And that's kind of been the story of the game. And we'll see what West Michigan draws up out of the timeout.
Working it inside to Demeester. Finds Vinlett. Gets it away. Hartman comes up with the steal.
That's a tough turnover.
Yeah, you didn't want to see that out of a timeout if you are the Hornets.
And it was just an errant pass is all it was. There was no pressure. There wasn't a lot of defense that was overtly strong. It was just an errant pass. And that's the toughest ones to swallow.
Malinik smothering Shreve.
Now I'm interested to see how LKY plays, if they're just going to play a 5-out, see if how long it takes for them to foul. They are one away from the penalty, so any fouls is going to put LKY back at the line.
Omer is fouled here by Vinlett. So he'll go to the free throw line in the penalty.
And that was the 5th foul on Vinlett. I think he just fouled out of the game.
Yeah, they're trying to get substitution here for Vinlett, who has fouled out.
No idea.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there as Vinlett had no idea that was his 5th.
Justice.
He looked up and he was like, who, me?
Justice Biker in for Vinlett, wearing the 0 digit. Zomer hits the first. Wabanga back in the game as well for Western Michigan.
And you're still at a point in the game where you don't necessarily need to bomb threes. I think you get a quick bucket, then you take a look at, okay, can we get a steal within the first 15, 20 seconds? If not, we got a foul.
Omer hits both here. 5-point game, 40 seconds to go. Medema driving all the way to the rim. Can't get it to go. He gets his own rebound. Put back, no.
And so many good looks that just couldn't fall.
And there is Shreve, who ends up with it as he is fouled and will shoot free throws.
Man, that was a tough possession for West Michigan. They had so many opportunities, at least 3 looks right at the basket.
First one is good. Paul Johnson will check in for the Saints.
So Shreve now has 20 on the game. He's been the man for LKY. Monty Edwards, 18. Drew Hartman, 12. Some great guard play for LKY.
Gotta hurry if you're the Michigan
The clock
Hornets.
didn't start. The clock has not started.
And they're gonna get that fixed here.
Yeah, they're either going to take time off the clock or just make them re-inbound it.
Now the clock's running down. They'll get this figured out here.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're going to put it back to the original time and just re-inbound it.
Then we need it right here.
Okay, I got you.
28.5 is what they're trying to get it set to.
If we're going to take the time off for here, then we need to
No, we're not. We're going to put the time back.
Yep. So ref's doing a good job of explaining that they're going to put the time back to the original time, which was 28.5, and then just re-inbounds from the far baseline. And now LKY's got a chance to, they're going to play up and not let them just roll the ball in.
Malinik with it all the way, puts up the shot, no good.
Gets his own rebound, puts it up again. That's denied by Taylor. And great job, good defense there from Paul Johnson, who came back in, working with 4 fouls. But, you know, again, at this point of the game, it doesn't really matter if you get that 5th foul. You just got to play hard defense.
They get it into Medema. Takes the, looks like a deep 2, but he was blocked. Shreve has it, about 10 seconds, and he's fouled. Foul on Enoch Neal.
So we talked earlier in the 4th quarter about execution. We had a tie game with about a minute and a half left, and so far LKY has come in and executed down the stretch. Looks like, barring something crazy, they're going to come away with this win. They're going to move on to play the HEA Firebirds, and they've also done a great job of executing on their free throws. Yesterday over at Drury, we saw a lot of missed opportunities with people missing free throws and easy chances to put points on the board, but LKY's taken full advantage behind the charity stripe. I don't think they've missed one here in the quarter.
Yeah, good to see, if you're the Saints, that you can close out what was a very close game and just kind of take control when it matters most at the end.
And that was the story of the game at the end right there. West Michigan missing out on opportunities at the rim. But excellent game between these two teams, and they both got a bright future ahead at Nationals this week.
Final score 65-56. The Saints take it, and I hope you stay here on the channel, and we'll have more basketball coming your way from Ozark High School.